Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Corridor Drywall player profile. Tonight, Cameron Howsare, offensive lineman and linebacker for this Bear squad. And Cameron, big homecoming win last week over Northeast. A little chilly night out there, but you guys came away with the win.
Yeah, it was. It was a good game over there at here at Northeast. Obviously, we knew they weren't going to be the best team we've played, but we didn't overlook them, and we came in ready to play. And personally, I think for our offensive line running the ball, I think that was probably our best game blocking. So I had a good time playing that game.
Well, let's jump to that first. You must be looking at my notes, but that was one of those that, I said Tanner on those 3 touchdowns. I think he almost got tackled by himself on one of them. Yeah. Otherwise, it was wide open running. What clicked? What was going on that just worked so much better for you guys?
We've just been playing our game every week, but I feel like this week we were a lot more aggressive the whole game, and it really showed. We had a lot of pancake blocks on Tanner's long runs and a lot of scores from that too.
Well, that was something that, right before we started, Coach Peterson was talking about some of the dedication that you had done. And, at the beginning of your sophomore year, I think you'd moved out to a receiver spot, playing a little bit of safety or defensive back. Coming into this year, you bulked up a little bit, got back to that offensive line. Talk a little bit about that. What did you do to prepare and get yourself ready for this?
Yeah, Butch told me at the end of last season that he really wanted me to play offensive line this year, but the only way I could is if I got bigger. I was only 150 pounds, and I knew I had to figure out something to gain weight, so I just lifted just about every day, all week. Ate a lot of food, a lot of hamburgers at Main Street Sweets, and I knew I had to get bigger and just work.
What was that like getting back into that offensive line? I know that's where you started, but sliding out, playing receiver, and then getting back into that nitty-gritty inside.
Yeah, it's fun. It wasn't too hard getting back into it. I played all the way through youth. I played offensive line despite being small, and really playing fullback was just that 1 year, so it wasn't too hard getting back into it. And I got a good group of boys up there too, help me through it. They help everybody, so it wasn't too bad.
Well, over on the defensive side, you've been making a lot of noise at that linebacker spot. Friday night, you had the Oski drill to yourself. Take us through that play. What did you see?
At first, I think we were in a cover 2, and I'm dropping off into my zone. And first, I looked over by Trey, I think it was, and he didn't need any help over there, so I started scraping over the top, and he just threw it right in where I was, and I read it and tipped it to myself and got it.
Did you worry that you weren't going to bring it in after you tipped it?
No, after I tipped it, I knew I was going to get it because I slowed it down.
That's what it takes for those offensive linemen, is to get that slowed down just a little bit. So looking at it, you're coming in. You've got final road game of the regular season. Hopefully we've got a couple trips up to Cedar Falls, but a lot to happen between now and then. But Cascade is coming up here this week. Talk a little bit about what you're expecting from them.
Not a great passing team. We want to try and make them throw the ball because of that, but they are a good running team, and I think we're a good run-stop team, so I don't think that should be a problem. We stop the run, then we should be fine.
Well, I've been asking a lot of the guys, you're a senior, and that means that everybody's looking up to you. What do you try to do to be a leader and help out, not only when you're out there, but helping with some of these other guys, as they're on the sidelines or even in the school or maybe even on a Saturday night?
I lead a lot by example in the way of showing up in the weight room and showing up to these extra things that we do in the off season, and then just being buddies with them, joking around with them and doing stuff with them, inviting them out to eat, stuff like that.
Other things that you do. I know that football is a really big part of it. Any other sports or clubs or anything else that you take part in here?
I'm in soccer. I'm thinking about wrestling this year, thinking about playing baseball again. I used to play that. Thinking about a lot of things. I'm in chess club.
Nice.
And other than that, not really too much.
So, chess club. Explain. I've been trying to figure out the game. Which is better, the Rui Lopez or the Carol Khan for the defense?
Carol Khan.
Okay. Just making sure. I wanted to make sure that one of you guys can help me out because I've never been able to figure the game out very well. So I figure I need to sit down on one of those chess club meetings sometime just for the fun of it. So future plans. I know that you're a senior. You're going to be walking out of here before you know it come May. Any idea what the future holds for you?
I'm hoping to play football somewhere, but I'm not positive what I want to do. Other than that, I'm still figuring that out.
plenty of time. Right now, obviously, the focus is on Cascade, and then Week 9, and then one game at a time from there. Thanks very much for joining us, Cameron. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
That is Cameron Howsare. He is tonight's Corridor Drywall player profile. We'll be back with more of the pregame right after this. This is the Bearcast at westbranchfootball.com.